and welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Tarot. This is going to be a love forecast for the sign of Virgo for the month of May 2016. So the cards have already been sorted and they're ready to go. So I'm just going to get into it here. This is for my Virgo suns, moons, and risings, and those on the cusp of Virgo. This is a general love reading and so will not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading with the most accurate outcome, please come get a private reading with me. You can do so by clicking on the Book a Reading tab on my YouTube homepage banner, or by clicking open the description below this video. There will be a link that you can visit that will take you to my scheduling application, and you can look at what are the options for booking a reading. Spirit, if you're with me, please show me the love messages and energies that you have for Virgo for the month of May 2016. This is for my Virgo suns, Virgo moons, and Virgo risings, and those on the cusp of Virgo. What are the love messages and energies that you have for Virgo for the month of May 2016? Spirit, what are the messages and energies regarding my Virgos for their love lives for the month of May 2016? What can Virgos expect with regard to their love lives for the month of May 2016? This is for my Virgo suns, Virgo moons, and Virgo risings, and those on the cusp of Virgo. Alright then. I am going to be doing a rune casting today. If you're familiar with my love forecast, I always do. At least for the ones I do on my channel. I do rune casting. What are the messages and energies that you have for Virgo for their love lives for the month of May? So I am getting two runes here, and there are two runes that are face down. Those are the unknowns. Those are messages we're not meant to know yet, and all will be revealed in due time. The messages that are here are the messages that are going to help us interpreting the cards here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn over your cards, Virgo. Okay, we have the Page of Swords reversed, crossed by the Five of Pentacles. What comes below you is the Emperor. What comes above you is the Nine of Cups. In your recent past, you have Justice reversed. In your near future, you have the World reversed. How you see yourself, you have the Knight of Wands reversed. In your environment, this is how your significant other may be viewing you or dealing with you in May. Or in your environment, they have the Tower. Your hopes and fears are the Knight of Cups. Yes, the Knight of Cups. Your outcome is the Two of Swords. Interesting. All right, Virgos, let's get into it. So in the present situation, you have, for your present situation in May, you have the Page of Swords in reverse. So this is your energy in the month of May, Virgo. And what I want to say about the Page of Swords in reverse. So pages are younger, less mature, I'd say, in terms of the court cards. They can represent children. They don't have to. But also pages are messengers, right? They deliver messages. The swords represent the mental or communication. Swords are about communication. They're about the air element. So what does the Page of Swords reversed tell me with regards to your love life? Well, one, I can say that you're looking over here, which is the past. So that's where you're facing right now in the present. You're looking in the past. Also, what I can say is just look at his posture or her posture. It's a guarded posture, and it's someone who's just watching things. Now, when my page is reversed, I often interpret this as my spy card, because it can mean that there's information coming to you from third parties. So you may be getting a lot of, just got the word backdraft. You may be getting things wafting through the airwaves. So you hear things about other people. You might be investigating matters through the internet, or, you know, when I say spy card, it can also talk about, I don't mean like maybe you're not spying on someone, maybe you're just picking up information through a third party. But I feel that it's connected to something going on in the past here, which is justice reversed. We'll get to that in a second. But I also feel like this can be communications that are blabbery in nature and may not be constructive for you. So this can be messages that you're receiving that are spiteful, are mean, are gossip, hearsay, not necessarily true, and maybe really what is the point of getting a message that is like a Page of Swords reverse message? You know, if you're the one sending these messages out, it's instigating something, it's maybe provoking something. If you're the one receiving these messages, it's going to be like maybe something that you probably wouldn't necessarily want to respond to, is what I want to say. So, and this is an air sign card. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius this month. Your challenge for the month of May is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You know, and I really get the sense that there's been there may be some financial issues for you that are a challenge. Also, in order for you to grow spiritually, you have to give up certain things, right? Sometimes in order for us to get to that next level in what we want to do and what we want to be in life and in our relationships, we have to give things up. So this can represent that your challenge is to bring this card back into harmony. So as a 5, I'm getting, you know, there's conflict regarding your material world. So a perceived lack or feelings of alienation or being out in the cold in your respective partnerships, in your respective relationships, in your friendships. You may indeed have lots of friends around you supporting you, but it may just be that the challenge is to start to see what you do have. Even if it's not, I'm a billionaire, I'm rich. It's, you do have places to go and friends there for you. It's, to me, this card is better in the reverse anyway. So still, I think that your challenge is around this notion that you are lacking something in your environment or in your relationships, that you feel as though you're missing out on something, or that you're not getting your needs met. That makes sense. Hello, Rune came up here, and it's Jira, success. So I feel like this is a positive rune, and it's telling me that your challenge is to be successful with whatever you have, just the way you are. And it's that perceived lack that, you know, you're kind of going to flip this on its head anyway. I sort of see it going in a more positive direction, but I think success is at hand for you, and maybe you've had to give up some comforts in order to grow spiritually, in order to get to this next level. And it hasn't exactly been easy, and maybe you've felt alone a lot of the time. You maybe felt alone. And that's understandable. Now, what puts you here, Virgo, this is what's at the heart of the situation. This may also be some subconscious factor that you're not aware of. But at the root of the situation is the Emperor. And the Emperor rules his kingdom. He's all about business logic and power. He's about stability. He's about rules and boundaries. And he's very much about keeping the status quo as well. And this could be an authority figure in your life. This could be someone that you work with. The Emperor does represent the sign of Aries. This could be an Aries man or woman. But at the heart of the situation is this control, this need to control a situation, this need for power, this need for absolute logic and no emotion. So just so you know, that is what has put you here. Okay, and it's a combination of the past and, you know, this underlying factor. But if you think of this as a cake, you know, the bottom of the cake, the bottom of the structure is this Emperor card. This is the energy that has supported you here. And maybe you have heard some stuff, you know, in May. Maybe you are hearing things. Maybe they're not very nice things, and it's left you feeling, you know, out in the cold. But I feel like your challenge is also the success here. To be successful no matter what. To maintain your boundaries and to maintain control, and to maybe not to listen to what other people are saying and to care so much about what other people are saying, and not letting that affect you. I know that's easier said than done. In your recent past, you have Justice in reverse. So, Virgos, there is some kind of karmic injustice that maybe has been done to you in the recent past. So we're talking in the last 2 weeks or so. But yes, it is an injustice, but remember the Justice card is a major arcana. So this is energy that's out of your control. And this was a karmic debt that you had to pay. A lesson that you had to learn. And Justice is blind. She's all about bringing things back to neutral. So in due time, you know, when you've learned this lesson, your karmic debt will be paid. And I'm not saying that this is true for all of you, but for some of you, there has been a perceived injustice in your life that has maybe challenging for you in terms of your spiritual growth, in terms of what you feel you deserve or what you feel you lack. And what are you going to do about it? It's not really up to you to solve this karmic situation or this injustice. You know, what you've heard and these rumors, these things you've heard, these messages you've received, it's not up to you to kind of solve other people's problems. However, you do have the Emperor here. You have quite a lot of control and power. And if you can get past these petty issues, if you can get past these words, these messages, these things coming towards you in May, I think that success is yours. In the position of what you know to be true, this is what you may be thinking and feeling in the month of May. You have the Nine of Cups. So this is your wish card. Wishes granted. You know, that which you want, you shall receive. That which you desire, you shall receive. It's all there for you, Virgo. So you may be thinking and feeling, oh, this is great. I'm having a good time. I'm feeling good. I've got food, wine, and friends. I'm celebrating. I'm enjoying myself. And maybe you're even feeling a little smug. Like, look at all the things I've gotten. Look at all the success I've gotten. You know, maybe it's that you don't feel like people are uniting around you on this success and you feel a bit isolated. That's one interpretation. I also have another little rune. It's kind of bridging. It's going into the near future. Let's just put it that way. It's Ingo's fertility. That's my dog. Hey. So you have Ingo's fertility here. I'm not sure what fertility has to do with the situation, but it is kind of playing a part. Someone's fertility here. I'm not seeing another person involved per se, except for this air sign here in your present situation, which I feel like this is your energy though. So perhaps this perceived lack here, this suffering, this alienation has something to do with your ability to produce a child. Could be fertility related for some of you. Something that you want to be a father or a father figure. It's a possibility. And in the near future, this is in like the next 2 weeks, so in the middle of May, you have the World in reverse. So I very much feel like there's a lot of unfinished business going on for you this month, Virgo. Certainly some karmic debts and something here, and then over here it's like, you know, you've got something that's hanging over your head that is overwhelming you, and it is a lot to bear. Something is not completed, something is not finished, something hasn't finished. A cycle, until you learn this lesson, this could be involving a fertility issue. You will not graduate from this life lesson. There is a larger lesson for you here to learn. And I very much feel like, you know, in your relationships, it's important for you not to believe everything you hear, and also not to give back everything that you're taking in. If that makes any sense. Not to, if someone says something to you that you don't like, you don't have to like snap at them. You don't have to come back at them. In the position of how you see yourself, you have the Knight of Wands reversed. So the Knight of Wands in reverse is, I think, blocked passion. You know, this is someone who is very lusty, adventurous, and passionate, and it can also represent travel, positive news. So this can represent a delay in that as well. Certainly a delay in terms of, or a blockage in terms of being able to act on your wildest passions. There may be delays in travel for you as well, a delay in completing something. There's some unfinished business with someone in your life. If there's something that you want, you need to ask for it. You need to make it happen, because this guy, he's all about making it happen. He doesn't hold back. This is unbridled passion. This is just fearless. This is fearlessness. This is adventure. He's the most passionate knight in the tarot. But here I feel like you're holding back. You know, I think you're biting your tongue. And I think there's nasty rumors or other things swirling around here. In your environment, you have the Tower. And certainly this is how your significant other will be viewing you or dealing with you in the month of May. So some serious transformations here, serious changes. I definitely see that this is how your partner is viewing with you. Either you guys are definitely broken up. There's been something dramatic that happened. But I also think that the foundations that you're dealing with here are not stable. I don't think communication has been good between you. And I think there's been too much insecurity in the relationship. And so what I'm looking at here is a situation that has a lot of karmic debt. There's unfinished business and a lot of blocked energies, you know, not communicating. And yet you still have this desire. You still have this passion. I still think you are passionate for this person. I still think you have passionate feelings or inclinations that you just have to put on hold, that you are trying to control. And yet in your environment, this is what's happening. You have a Tower situation here. Your hopes and fears are the Knight of Cups. I think you're hoping to be able to follow your heart. I think you want to offer your cup to someone. I think you want poetry and romance. And I think you want to be the knight in shining armor that comes in and saves the day. But something's holding you back. And there's a lot of insecurity here. Possibly some fertility issues. Possibly. Definitely some communication issues going on. Issues with properly communicating. Your outcome for the month of May is the Two of Swords. So this is a stalemate situation. You don't feel like in this relationship you have enough information to make a decision to move forward. She's blindfolded. Just to mention that, she's blindfolded here and she's guarding her heart. You're definitely protecting your heart here. And you're refusing to see. You're refusing to see the truth about something. And this is a decision that you have to make. There's a decision that you have to make. You're refusing to make a decision. You're refusing to budge. But until you do, you have all this unfinished business. And I definitely see some karmic debt that is going to come back at some point. And we'll just have to see how that plays out in the months going forward. But for now, I'm going to draw an oracle card for you. Spirit, please show me one card for Virgo that will guide them on their highest spiritual path? They're saying, not yet. Okay. Okay. So the card that I got for you is Energy Field Adjustment. And, interesting card. So, aura cleansing and health. That's card number 6. It says, it is time to cleanse and clear your aura immediately, without delay, addressing its imbalances and lovingly tending to its needs, and giving it as much priority as your own physical body at this time. Time to have an auric reading by someone who is trustworthy and reputable. And time to act on what you learn. Understand that there is great cleansing available to you within nature and within your own energy field too. It is time for you to acknowledge too that you occasionally, sometimes frequently, see and feel and connect with people's auras yourself. The more you feel and acknowledge this to yourself, the more tuned in and aware you become. You are sensitive to others' auras too at this time. Be sure to balance and cleanse yours, rather than focusing on the imbalances and disturbances you can sense in others' fields. Know too that you must be sensitive and ethical when you pick things up from another. No spontaneous readings unless spirit closely steps in. The mermaids will assist with when and how to deliver any message you are receiving promptings about. Very interesting. So if we have enough time here, I'd like to read you the extended message. Neglect, belief in self-care is vanity, a great block to your self-love and happiness, refusing to understand or to examine the need for your own energetic self-care. Neglecting all the natural world's forms of healing at the expense of your auric health, feeling and thinking it is only humans who can offer healing or channel the divine energies that clear and cleanse. Feeling it is others who need to look to their energetic health, not you. Too much time inside, without sunshine and without cleansing waters. Thirst for health, ill health, and disrupted emotional patterns beginning in the sensitive auric body, which needs its own form of rest, care, and treatment at this time. And all is available in nature within those we call healers. Sorry about that. It says, thirst for health, ill health, and disrupted emotional patterns beginning in a sensitive auric body, which needs its own form of rest, care, and treatment at this time. And all is available in nature, within those we call healers, but also within the healing bounty of your own imagination. So this is about, definitely I recommend getting an aura cleansing or, an energy field adjustment. Also, it's about looking at your own health, not at other people, in terms of what you perceive to be your own problems, not projecting those onto other people, certainly not doing that. But a time to look inside at your own health, make sure you're getting plenty of rest, self-care, sunshine, getting out into nature. I recommend the cheapest way you can do an aura cleansing is to do an Epsom salt soak. Buy some Epsom salts at your local pharmacy or natural food store and do an aura cleansing in your bathtub. That'll draw out all the negative energy from your auric field. And then you can do some grounding out in nature. There are energy healers out there, but you definitely need to do this soon. I recommend doing it, within the first 2 weeks of the month of May. If you want to reach out to me for some resources on how to do this or who to contact, feel free to drop me a line. I'm happy to, provide you with some contacts. And, but I think what I'm seeing here is just definitely a need for balance, a need for balance and a need for healing and cleansing your auric field, your own energy, bringing that into balance. Don't focus on what other people are doing or how they're feeling. You may be picking up other people's energies around you that are not healthy. So if you're around a lot of negative people, stay away from them, because people can be vampires. People can be energy bloodsuckers. So have that taken care of, have that looked at, and definitely give yourself plenty of self-care, plenty of self-love. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, getting plenty of rest this month, Virgo. So I want to thank you for letting me read for you. I'm sending you many blessings for a happy, healthy, and pleasure-filled, wonderful rest of May. May you be in good health. I send you off with many blessings, love and light. Namaste.